YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman Raw. So today we're going to be doing a little spot repair on this Peugeot 2008. So all the prep work has obviously already been done. I've done the colour as well. That's sitting up there in my little spot repair gun, and we are ready to finish this masking stage off. So as you may notice, I've got a nice clean spray booth, floor filters, roof filters, and walls have all been cleaned. So it's definitely nice and bright in here. No doubt there was probably a couple of those globes that had gone as well. So yes, the booth got a birthday before Christmas, and yeah, well, luckily I didn't even have to do it this year because I organised holidays before Christmas. I had like the 1 week before Christmas off, and then the week between Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, back into making the content for you guys. I haven't had anything ready for the main channel at the moment, but hopefully I'll get back into making another video. I've got one definitely. I know what the next video is going to be. It's going to be a review on some blocks that I recently got. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I've been kind of busy at home and all that, and also just having a bit of a break as well can be good sometimes, you know. But yeah, all is well. So like, I mean, coming up to Christmas I actually fell ill. I think I mentioned that in some of my other videos, but I think it was just the flu or something like that. But yeah, so I dropped a couple of weeks before Christmas on my main channel, that is. And also on this channel, I went a bit quiet on this channel too because I wasn't feeling well. My voice was gone and all that, so you don't really want to be making videos and talking when you can't talk. So yeah, we'll get back into it, mate. It's a new year and a new fresh start, as they say. But I don't know, to me, New Year's never been that big of a deal to me, you know. I don't know, some people make a big deal out of it, but to me, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. Everyone always makes all these New Year's resolutions that they, most of them at least, forget about by February, you know what I mean? Like, for me, my goal is just like, if I want to improve myself or something, I'll do that in November. I don't care. Like, if I have an idea of, you know, making myself a better person, I'm not going to wait until New Year to do it. Or, you know, if I want to stop drinking alcohol or stop smoking cigarettes, I'm not going to wait for the New Year to do it. I've actually heard some studies, people reckon it's a bad time to make resolutions because there's so much going on at that point in time, you know what I mean? It can be actually a bad time to try and make big changes in your life. But all of that aside, I'm just rambling, but you guys love it, I know. That's why you guys love my channel. I've actually been listening to lots of podcasts lately. So whenever I'm not making a video like this, I would actually usually be listening to a podcast, all on YouTube. But one thing I've been getting into lately is like the financial markets and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, some people are predicting a bit of a crash coming soon, and I think they could be right. You know, I think, yeah, like if you follow it, basically, I follow mainly American politics and financial markets. I mean, Australian politics is pretty boring, let's be honest, you know. We're not as divided as America, and there can be advantages to that, but one of the disadvantages is that, I don't know, like American politics is like a drama, you know what I mean? It's like watching a soap opera or something like that. It's kind of, I guess it's nearly like a car crash, like you can't help but look, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do enjoy watching it and sort of keeping it, and I guess on the other hand, like it's the world's biggest superpower, so it's worth knowing, like what happens in America affects the rest of the world, like it or not, you know what I mean? So I guess it can be good to at least know what's going on over there. But yeah, like I think that they've just been like printing all this money, and you know, I'm not an expert, so don't take anything I say as financial advice, because I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, from what I know, like they've been printing all this money, and basically what that does is like it devalues the currency, and yeah, I mean, basically, there's no free lunches, you know, like they've been borrowing all this money to keep the economy on life support, and it's like, you're gonna have to pay that debt sometime, you know, the debt's gonna come due sometime, and that time might come sooner than what you might think, you know, and some of the people I've been listening to are saying, like, the sooner it happens, the better, because it's gonna be less severe. Like, if they wanted to do some Build Back Better bill over there, like Biden did or something, and it just would have kicked the can further down the road, you know what I mean? It would have made like a bit of a stimulus now, you know what I mean? And when they finally did actually pay the bill back, it would just make it the crash even worse, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think it's actually already started. Even crypto markets, people are starting to, I don't know, confidence is seeming to drop a little bit in some of the crypto. But yeah, I don't know, as I say, I was more just saying that just to tell you that that's what I'm interested in. Not that I'm an expert in it, and that you should really pay any attention to me when it comes to finance. But it interests me. Yeah, one that one of my workmates told me about, my manager actually from this shop here, he told me about this one called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and there's actually an audio book here on YouTube. I would recommend listening to it if you've got the time. Like, it's a 5-hour audio book, but it's for free here on YouTube. Yeah, it's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's by some American guy from Hawaii called Robert, I can't remember, I can't pronounce his last name. It starts with a K, but yeah. The more you know, right? The more you know. Can never hurt to learn more stuff, I guess. Alright, I gotta love those things are awesome, those little sensor covers. Most of the time they're perfect size, just like that. Next up, we're gonna go and give it a prep sole. So just out of interest, like, I know if I haven't bored you to shit, you know, talking about, rambling on about the financial markets, which I don't really have much of a clue about, and you're still watching, we'll continue on with this job here. So one thing I was going to say is, just out of interest, you might want to know how long a job like this generally takes me. So it's about 9:30 or 9:20 now as of making this video. I started at 8. So we're about an hour and a half into the job, and it will be done before morning tea. So 2 hours to prep and paint a job like this. Obviously, it's then going to need a bake, and then it might need maybe just a 10-minute polish if there's a couple of nibs in it, you know what I mean? So all up 2 to 2.5 hours for me. So it was a bit of a gouge out of the bumper here. It was actually a pretty deep gouge, but I just fixed it with some of my UV body filler, which I love. Nice, fast drying. So yeah, I've got to do like a little false edge around there. I forgot to wear my respirator while I'm doing that. I usually do, actually. Hopefully you can still hear me. Alright, now I'll put that up here. To do that, like a little bit of a handle there, so when I'm finished I'll just peel that off to help any edge melt in there. Same thing here. You may notice that I did the same thing when I was doing that fine line masking there too. So this car here, this is actually a car yard car. It's literally got the plates, but they're not real plates, they're just, you know, new car plates. Yeah, if you ever get these flipping up, it's always about the pressure on the back of it. Like if there's too much pressure, it will lift the front edge up. That's why you got to sort of like push it down like that and get the pressure right on the back edge of it, if that makes sense. And we're just about right to give that a tack rag, a blow off. The base coat's only going to take a couple of minutes to apply. And same with the clear, so it's really like most of the job's already done now, to be honest. All the hard work, well, not that it's hard really. I guess it's like anything, nothing's really hard if you know what you're doing, you know. But if you were to tell someone like a first year apprentice, do this, they wouldn't know what to do. It's just about knowing what to do, knowing the procedure really. Respirator on. That's actually not covering too bad. PPG do some strange things. Like they recommended using the darkest, so it's like G7 ground coat, but I looked at the color and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. It doesn't want the darkest ground coat. So I just went for like a dark, not full dark, medium dark ground coat. And as you can see, it's not covering too bad. But this color here has actually got glass flakes in it, believe it or not, like little shards of glass. It's kind of pretty cool. Anyway, I'll turn this off in between coats. So the gun I'm using is the DV1S, and I'm using the S1 air cap. That's my favorite air cap for this, and I think it was a 1mm from memory. That's what I landed on. Yeah, I don't usually take the air cap off. Yeah, it is a 1mm, and this is my favorite setup for this gun. So 1mm S1 air cap. It says HVLP, but I don't believe that. So as you can see there, we're covered after our second coat, so I reckon we'll probably do 2 drop coats on it just for the sake, because yeah, I mean it's the kind of colour that don't usually cover the best, so it might look covered now but it might not be quite covered, so I'll do 2 drop coats on it. Alright, time for those drop coats. So you may have noticed I dropped the pressure by half, so we're down to like 20 PSI now. I was at 2 bar for the first 2 coats. Now I'm at 20 PSI. I'm just going a light coat now. That shouldn't take too long to dry between this coat, because it was such a light coat. And one thing I love about this gun here is that it's really good for keeping your colour contained. You know, I'm not scared that I'm going to be getting any colour up over here or over there or anything. I guess most spot repair guns do that, but I just seem to, I don't know, I like the way this gun works. So this will be our last coat. That's about us, man. Looking good, ready for some clear. So I'll blow dry that, mix up some clear, then we'll give it a tack rag and ready for our clear coat. back to it. So I actually just cleaned out and I'm going to be using the exact same gun. So I don't actually have a base coat and a clear gun for my spot repairs. I just use the same gun. Pretty straightforward, really. Alright, well I'm going to give that 5 minutes in between coats and I'll see you there soon. Rightio guys, time for that last coat now. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So we'll do now, unmask this while it's still wet. Any possible edge there will melt in. And same thing here. That's it. Nice. Alright, we'll give you guys a quick close-up look at it. It's actually nice and clean. I don't even think we're going to have to buff this one. Nice. It's a pretty cool colour. I'm not sure if you can see all the, they're actually glass flakes. I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, they're glass flakes. Pretty cool. That's where the repair was. Looks good. I'll give you guys a quick look at the spray gun. DB1S S1 air cap with the 1.0mm on it. Anyway guys, if you would like to support the show, be sure to go and check out the link in the description. We've got merchandise and Gunman spray suits and all that stuff. Until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out. Woo!